The Oak Ridge Frontier is one of the most powerful supercomputers. It is capable of an exaflop, performing 1 billion mathematical operations every second. To sustain that level of calculation, the Frontier requires 20 megawatts of power. Yet the biological computer inside the human skull is also capable of the equivalent of an exaflop. The brain achieves this processing feat using only 20 watts of power. That is roughly the energy needed to power a single dim refrigerator light bulb. Silicon computing is hitting a physical limit. We can no longer rely on shrinking components to reduce power demands, as we are now operating at near atomic scales. Modern AI systems now require tens of thousands of watts to match the cognitive intelligence humans generate with a fraction of that energy. Closing this efficiency gap indicates the solution lies in the physical organization of the hardware itself. To function, the brain must pack 86 billion neurons and 100 trillion connections into the confined volume of the human skull. If those connections are too long, data transfer slows down, energy consumption rises, and the heat produced would eventually destroy the tissue. This schematic shows a mathematical solution to this packing problem. It is called a neural sphere, an architecture designed to minimize the energy used by local groups of neurons. On the exterior of this sphere, cell bodies are distributed in a uniform Fibonacci grid, ensuring every unit is perfectly spaced. Inside, connections point toward the center, providing the shortest possible path for electrical signals. This specific 3D arrangement allows for maximum computational speed while keeping the system's thermal footprint low enough to survive. Beyond its physical shape, the brain also manages energy through the timing of data, a method known as race logic. While silicon chips use a constant flow of energy, neurons use brief electrical spikes. Information is encoded in the timing of gaps between spikes. This strict energy cap means when one neuron increases activity, neighbors proportionally reduce their firing rate, keeping total energy constant. When we combine this timing strategy with the brain's multi-layered fractal connectivity, the resulting computational capacity is absolutely vast. These models estimate the brain holds 7.48 exabytes of storage and handles 6.24 exaflops of processing power. As this comparison shows, this architecture gives the human brain an absolute lead in computational power and stored information when compared to other organisms. By synchronizing spatial packing with this timing logic, the brain handles exabytes of information while remaining within its 20-watt limit. To understand why this matters for technology, we have to look at the absolute limits of physics, specifically Landauer's principle. Landauer's limit is the minimum amount of energy the universe requires to process a single bit of information. Most modern computer chips operate at a tiny fraction of this efficiency, roughly 1/1000th of what is physically possible. The human brain, however, operates at 79% efficiency. It is functioning right against the physical boundaries of thermodynamics. Billions of years of evolution have pushed our biology to the edge of what the laws of physics allow. This indicates that the path to higher computing power cannot be found by simply making flat microchips faster. To build the sustainable, exascale machines of the future, we will have to build them in the three-dimensional shape of the brain.